Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you guys can subscribe here. Subscribe to the Tobin and Leroy Show on the 560 WQAM YouTube page. That channel I always put in the description, Miami 560 WQAM. That's where you guys can watch that. Heat winners yesterday, 117-109 over the Atlanta Hawks to run their record to 5-4. 4 straight wins for the Miami Heat, and did this tonight with, of course, we know Tyler Herro, he's been out. He has the ankle injury, so his first game completely missed. And then found out in the middle of the day, Jimmy Butler wasn't going to be available for this game. I hope everything is okay with the Butler family, as Jimmy has to be away from the team to attend to a personal matter. And so you come into this one, you knew you were going to need some big-time performances from the rookie Jaime Jaquez. You needed another big night from Bam Adebayo. And that's exactly what the Miami Heat got tonight. These two guys really were the catalyst for this win on the offensive side of things. Bam, he continues to do his thing and, was tonight 26 points, 17 rebounds. But, he came out of this game, coming out of the gate in this game and was hitting just like pretty jumper after pretty jumper, but they were like hard to jump. These were not like easy. These were like, he was in completely his in his bag with turnaround jumpers, jab steps, was getting the proper space that he needed, and just everything was pure tonight for number 13. He was just absolutely amazing, and you just have to marvel at what he has been for this team, especially in this win streak, because it was said by Pat Riley, they're going to need to step up in a bigger year from either Bam or from Tyler to really bring them somewhere if they're going to go somewhere. And you're looking at the start to this season, and things are looking bleak in those first 5. And in this stretch, Bam has been incredible. And it's almost like he has been almost checking off a list against some of the guys that, maybe had some good games in previous years against he's not allowing that. He is throttling every big man matchup he gets into. And tonight it was Clint Capella, who of course was a monster in that play-in game where Miami had to, lick their wounds and go and beat the Bulls to even get into the playoffs. Tonight, Bam was doing everything against Clint Capella, was completely cooking him. And the Heat defense really just set that tone. Haywood Highsmith, what can you say? You look at him tonight, and if you're just looking at his, field numbers, you'd be like, oof, bad shooting night for Haywood Highsmith. Dude, this guy is such a friggin' menace on the defensive end. And nothing, we all knew that Haywood Highsmith was a good defensive player, but wondering tonight what was going to be the case for this Heat team against the Atlanta Hawks. And usually the guy who gives Trae Young fits is Gabe Vincent, no longer here, of course. But man, Trae, who polished up his numbers to look good, but he got off to such a rough start in this game, and that was really, I think, the big theme of this. Miami got out, just completely clubbed them in the first quarter of this game. And that was, the big difference in it. But one of the things you always have to worry about with them is when they get a big lead, to hold it. And against Atlanta's usually good with the comeback because they have so much 3-point shooting, and you have to be wary of them. And of course, you were going to get a big time, comeback and a big time punch from them, but Miami never wavered. Miami was able to just keep it always at bay. And that was, such an impressive thing to think about, not having, Jimmy or Tyler in this one. But I tell you who you did have. Jaime Jaquez Jr. We like to call him Rookie of the Year around these parts. But this guy, look, it's been said, we know, rookie, wise beyond his years. Bam likes to call him not your typical rookie. You get it. He's a little bit older. He's a finished college product. But come on, dude. Like, the moves that he's putting on people, what he did to Bogdan Bogdanović yesterday was filthy, dude. I mean, sent Bogey down to the floor, hits a three. It was so filthily disrespectful, the move that he put on this really solid NBA veteran, a man who led Nikola Jovic's team Serbia, usually is a thorn in the Heat's side. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. was he was taking him down to the post. He was, the beautiful spin. The footwork is art. I mean, I don't know when our Basel is. I feel like it's coming up soon. Could we just have a display? Let's just put it. Maybe it could just be. I don't know. We could bronze Jaime Jaquez's sneakers and just call it footwork, because it's breathtaking to see what this guy can do and to see what he's bringing to the table. But there's no fear in the kid, and he. You think about this, like he gets out there every single game. It looks like he has gone out there and he's improved. And 14 first half points in this game, was always in the right spots, was getting set up by Kyle Lowry in the second half. Bam and Kyle really trust him. And Kyle, once again, gives you a nice night as well. You can't look past that. He's been really, really solid this season. He's been really solid. He's been really great on this road trip. And it's funny because it always feels like Kyle Lowry is at his best with the Miami Heat, the less pieces they have. Like it's a weird thing, but it does feel like when the Heat are up against it with bodies and they need the guy to set everybody up. And, obviously I think he feels a little bit more comfortable taking more shots in that situation. Like it usually feels like that is when Kyle Lowry steps up and does his best work. But he was great tonight. Drew Smith, much maligned by the Heat fan. He was providing positive stuff. And then I think another guy who, needed tonight was Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson tonight was incredible. I mean, he was nearly perfect from the field. He had his shot going, finished with 16 points, had some wild sequences where he was hitting threes. There was one where like Kevin Love gets the ball. It's bing, 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 like a pinball was touching everybody, ends up in the hands of Josh Richardson, and he ends up coming through. So, again, you just have to give credit to this franchise. Spo, he just always feels like he gears up for these games when he knows the Heat are shorthanded. That's when you can sometimes see the best out of him. But, the big catalyst for today was your captain. And he's just been a menace defensively. I saw that the defensive player of the year odds had come out, and I told you this a couple videos ago. I said Rudy Gobert is going to be the guy once again. He's going to be everybody's darling, and sure as bleep, he is the odds-on leader. And Bam's not even in the top 5. It's great. Wembanyama has better odds, who the Heat will see tonight, has better odds than Bam Adebayo. And Wembanyama's a freak. Don't get me wrong, but like I just find it weird that people have been watching Bam, or not watching him, I guess, for his career, and you throw the likes of like an Evan Mobley out there or a Jaren Jackson, and you see what Bam is doing on a nightly basis so far. This is like all these cute little pieces where they're talking about the leap this guy is taking, the type of run this guy's on. Really go out, like see what this guy is putting forth for this team and what kind of factor he is on offense. We have seen a man who not only has confidence in that jump shot, but is a menace getting to the free throw line. 8 free throws for Bam tonight. I don't even know what he's averaging for the season on free throws, total free throws right now. Let's see. Bam is 8 free throws a game for Bam Adebayo. Now, I don't know if that's going to keep up, but if you want to talk about improvement and you want to talk about where this man can add some production, that's definitely there. And he's done that. He's taken that on his shoulders in a huge way. He's, through the first 9 games this season, averaging 23 and 10 and missed one game. So this is through 8 games for him, but he's been awesome. And then, I mean, Jaime is just, dude, I mean, he's friggin' incredible. He is like, you had to know that Jaime Jaquez Jr. was going to give the Heat a little something, would have those spark nights, but you genuinely feel like the Heat like playing with him, his teammates like playing with him, and it feels like they're unlocking something with him every single night. He's just showing you like, whoa, that was pretty. The kid's just a baller. He's a certified baller. His moves, his strength, his knowledge, he just, everything just with him feels like it has a purpose. And it's really, really fun to watch. So nice win for the Miami Heat tonight. They're right back at it against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, but the Heat get their record over 500, 5-4, as they have been off to a nice start on this road trip.